On the Retro Show today.
Come when eat bad noodles. Yeah.
Horrific Flake. And finally.
For the last time, we're not going thrifting. This is episode 16. Oh, hey, Chip Dippers.
Oh, hello, Chip Dippers. Welcome to the Retro Show. Otherwise known as, like Blue Peter, but sexy. Or...
Tomorrow's World with spoilers?
And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about...
I don't know what we're talking about.
In other words, people watching here in America, Blue Peter was and still is, a BBC children's TV show. And we get really flattering comments saying that it is reminding people of Blue Peter. And you can kind of see why, can't you?
Which one's Peter?
I think actually he might have been Peter. No, Blue Peter is the name of the flag that is on the Blue Peter badge.
I know the badge has a ship on it.
Yeah. This is the Blue Peter.
And all this time I thought it was a person.
Yeah, that was Peter Purvis. That's his name. So Alan Partridge, again, if you don't know that show, I apologise, but it's a fantastic show. But he's telling an anecdote about when Peter Purvis swore at him on the tube. And he said, "Don't be blue, Peter!"
Needless to say, I had the last laugh. Now off.
And to explain also, Tomorrow's World, again, is a BBC TV show, or was, where in the 80s they looked at tomorrow's world, which we are, of course, now living in today.
And yesterday.
Which is why it's Tomorrow's World, with spoilers. A very long intro to a show. She's our director and she says, move on. So it's time for this week's...
Old news?
Yeah, it's old news. And first up, Lego are making Elon Musk jealous because they've launched, or they're about to launch, a new spaceship. Well, it's an old spaceship.
This is like the original one that you used to have.
Exactly. Slightly reimagined. It's called the 10497, and it's based on the 1970s classic 497 set. That's the classic one there. Mm-hmm. And it really does look out of this world. So cool. It's so nostalgic, but the fact that it's new and shiny is very cool.
Spaceship! That is the spaceship that's the astronaut.
It's one of the ones.
Yeah. We do recommend the Lego movie. It is pretty funny.
But not the second one. This, by the way, will be flying onto your shelves from August for $99. Well, it's about £89. Sorry, but I don't know what's going on with the exchange rate there.
Yeah, I don't know. You know that guy doesn't have any kids. And this is just his toy.
It's like me.
Yeah. Spaceship! 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 Oh, no.
She goes crazy. And if you come with me, just over here, this is my childhood Lego 497 set. So I bought this, my parents probably bought it back in the 80s, and I stored it in my parents' attic, along with a slightly more modern white and blue one there, and an even more modern Naboo fighter. And recently I shipped all of my stuff from storage in the UK to here in California so it could join us in the Retro Recipes kitchen. So you guys can enjoy it too. Actually, also there is my mum's electronic typewriter, the Olympia. That was the first thing I learned to type on. Pre-computers, pre-Apple IIe. It is very strange and surreal in a wonderful way that what was just childish tomfoolery is now kind of my job. It's the weirdest thing. Who knew I'd be rebuilding Lego and stuff like that?
I feel like Lego had a good idea.
They did. They're very clever, and they're going to get us building it again.
You already have one, so we don't have to buy it.
I'm going to buy it anyway. And I better save up all my pocket money, thank you channel supporters, because Lego and Atari also recently announced the Lego Atari 2600, coming August 1st, featuring a gaming scene inside the console, these plug-in cartridges, and more. That's 2 consoles Lego have done now with the same kind of cartridge idea. If only there was some sort of proper, real computer, maybe the best-selling one ever, with a working Lego keyboard that Lego could release instead. Ah well, maybe one day. But in the meantime...
Monkey Island.
Yep. Now, we showed this a couple of months ago, and and Ron Gilbert, I should say, has just released some preview footage of the game.
Guy brushed Threepwood.
I love sea shanties.
Shandies? That's another thing I introduced you to, along with Blue Peter and Tomorrow's World.
Well, I just learned about Tomorrow's World, yes. What you need to ask for is Sprite and a lager.
Yeah.
And go half and half.
That's my favorite. Half Sprite, half lager. So if you're American, you're learning a lot today. If there's anything you can teach me, send me a comment below. Perhaps some kind of American drink I haven't heard of.
Sarsaparilla?
How rude.
It's the basis of root beer. It was like it's where root beer
rude
evolved
beer.
from.
That's why I said, how dare you? It's very rude beer. Moving on. Who's this?
Elliot.
That's quite good. Surprised myself. Because E.T. and Jaws are coming to theatres, IMAX theatres, and not theatres, cinemas, for the first time ever for E.T.'s 40th anniversary. So they'll be starting from August 12th in the USA, so any day now. And they've also been remastered in Real D 3D. So imagine Jaws, the original, coming at you. That's
E.T.'s finger.
Oh, I was going to say George. Not
Hey, you
George.
keep calling him George. The
Jaws.
shark's name was Bruce.
Bruce didn't have fingers. Oh, fish fingers. And speaking of anniversaries, happy
Atari.
birthday to... Exactly. They celebrated their 50th. They're 10 years behind, or ahead of E.T. and George. Bruce. And in commemoration of this, they released a brand new...
Logo?
She's getting really good at this. And they're also releasing this game pack.
Oh.
I think it's coming to Switch and PlayStation and Xbox. And hopefully the new Atari VCS. Asteroids there. 80s and 90s gems, that's you and me. I'm 70s gem.
So that makes you a child of the 80s because you were like a functioning human during the 80s.
And I'm now a very grown-up child of the 80s.
Barely functioning adult in the 2020s. Oh my God.
Beautiful. Now,
That is nice.
yeah, some of the stuff they've been putting out has been a bit questionable, but this stuff still gets me excited. So, happy birthday to Atari. The new logo that I showed is a callback to the retro design of their old offices. And they've called it Borigas. How would you pronounce that? I know how it's spelled. Borigas?
Could be Borgas, Boraja.
Either way, it's very gassy because Borigas was the street where the offices were located.
In what city?
America. Moving on,
Oh.
Internet Explorer has finally bit the dust. Is that how you say it?
I think so. They kicked the can. But that's a reference to Marvel about biting the dust.
But yeah, they've announced that Internet Explorer has officially been retired. Look, RIP.
Wow. I did see this.
This was doing the rounds a lot, actually. And several people created tributes, including Microsoft in their own Twitter feed.
It was a good tool to download other browsers. That's what it was known for. You'd get a new computer, you'd open Internet Explorer, and then you would download Firefox.
Not to be confused with Starbucks. And Chrome.
Yeah.
But now I use Safari. And finally, Glidesphere, or is it Glidesphere? You remember the speaker that I installed in the front
Yes, the big one.
the front boot, the fruit of KITT Tesla. And it comes with an app that lets you play sounds.
There's an app for that.
There is, and now there's a sound for that because they've officially added a sound named after my car, the Tesla Industries 2000. But this is the startup sound when you start the car.
I am the voice of Tesla Industry 2000's microprocessor KITT for easy reference. A KITT if you prefer.
Yes, and you have to drive through, I think, 1,500 of the markers on the road, and that's how you get these bonus sounds.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm going now for a drive. She's going to finish the rest of the show. And comment below and cheerio. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, that is the end of...
That was old news.
Yeah, it was old news.
Yeah.
What's up next?
I hope to see what you mean.
Yeah, I'll see what you meant. Wait, that's your line.
That's my line.
Yeah. And in I See What You Mean, guess who's back? Can you guess?
Guess who's back?
No, it's him.
Okay.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my deed, and place them both in mine. Nothing stopped me dead while I was passing by. And now I beg to see you there, she's one more.
Okay, let's listen back to this.
Oh my God.
She's come to see if you're okay.
I'm okay. I was just not expecting...
The Dootin guy.
Oh my gosh.
I love him and I've missed him and he's back. The Dootin guy there. Up next, would you like to read? While reading, see if you can work out what movie this is the Japanese DVD sleeve translation for.
Spaceship people get up from sleeping coffin and have eat. Computer woman finds strange noisings on planet and astronauts go to sea. Astronaut find big elephant man who dead. Find too many egg. Astronaut is possessed by egg demon and new egg demon is come when eat bad noodle. Yeah. 7 friends and cat all try to find egg demon before spaceship go home but is hardworking. Who will life to escaping? Who is bad milk blood robot? Scream not working because space make deaf. Now that is the first time I've ever read that.
Do you know the movie?
Is this Alien?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the slogan was, in space, nobody can hear you scream.
Scream not working because space make deaf.
Scream not working because space make deaf. I thought the cat thing, I thought it was going to be Red Dwarf for a moment.
I did too. I was like, where am I going? And I was like, there weren't 7 of them.
But in speaking of slogans, Fife. Fines for Faye.
Fines for Faye.
Graphic fuck.
Graphic
Do we need to
Clark.
bleep that? We don't know. Next up, Bros, of course, sang.
Is that what they used to look like?
Yes. Bros sang, when will I be famous? I can't answer that. I can, 1987 to 1988. From Dave Benson Backflips by email. I think this went to Viz or one of those mags. And finally, speaking of space movies, who's this?
It's a vacuum.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Do you remember a movie called Terminator?
Yes.
Miles. Is anyone
Hoover?
getting it yet?
5 hours later.
He's the guy from Cyberdyne Systems who invents what becomes the Terminator.
Okay.
Skynet, basically.
All right.
His name is Miles Dyson.
Got it.
It took me a minute, to be fair, when I first just saw it without context.
Hey, if his last name was Hoover, I'd be right.
And here, of course, is Henry Hoover. That's it for I See What You Mean.
I did not see what he meant.
Not at all.
I got one. Do.
Oh!
First up, a word from our usual sponsor. You remember who this is?
Leofractic?
Yeah. She has this to say.
So, my dear Leofractic, I promise to take you to fun places in the year 2022.
First, we're giving treats for my favorite donuts. Leofractic and Amiga.
Aw.
We're going to Retro Recipe Studio.
I like Perifractic to repair my Amiga.
But how is your Amiga? To visit my grandma's house, she makes the best cookies.
Why do we need something that sweet when you are the sweetest? Okay, what's the last stop?
To visit PCB Way! We could get PCB for $5.
But I don't carry any money.
I got you covered.
Let's go to PCB Way.
Wait! I forgot
funny.
Do the voice.
How do I look?
Fantastic. Easy way.
Thank you so much. That was the Doctor, otherwise known as Dr. Scott, from Game Closet Forever. And of course, Leofractic. I liked his Tom Baker.
As a huge Doctor Who fan, that warms my heart very much.
And in honor of that, you have probably noticed by now that we've decorated this door as the TARDIS.
Time and relative dimension in space.
DOOR. Interesting. Because as we all know, PCB stands for...
Printed circuit.
No. Painted clever box. Doesn't it?
I guess it does.
Yeah. Well, let's get rid of the TV here. Ready? If you send something into the channel, you do, of course, get a
Retro Recipes badge.
both of us will point to the right place at some point in the future. But yeah, check out the link that is right above our heads for
And
that.
in the description box below.
Exactly. But now it's time to FUnbox. Don't hit me. Let us start, as we mean to go on,
What?
with this. You never say that? Start as you mean to go on?
I'm getting tired of this.
Someone sent us a British to American translation dictionary. Would you like to FUnbox?
Hello, Perifractic. I come from...
Sorry, spoiled it. Okay, carry on.
Hello, Perifractic. I come from Taiwan. I am a Knight Rider big fan. I also have a Knight Rider car. I saw your Tesla More Like Knight Rider's KITT video on YouTube. It was awesome and have many fun in it.
Many fun.
I love it, and I also like your style humor with KITT. Such joy and world peace. Because I have liked KITT since I was a child, I haven't seen a product that meets the needs of big fans. So this is KITT, which I have accumulated a lot of time and experience on my studio. I hope that more people who like KITT or car can accompany KITT or car everywhere, at home or office or car, C-A-R, not K-A-R-R. And have the same happiness as you. People who like KITT, not all really have a Pontiac Trans Am, but I think people will love to have KITT or car by their side. Have more fun, more happy, more hope, and more one man can make a difference, just like you and me. So, I wish my Knight Rider Bluetooth kit can give you and people more happy and fun time.
Thank you so much, Knight Rider Taiwan Man. Ready?
Yeah.
From Knight Rider Taiwan Man. Oh, I was expecting a big reveal. Well, we've got some bits and pieces. My pen. Okay, here comes KITT.
Or car.
Ooh, wow. This looks like the correct size as well for to go in a Pontiac. How do we use it?
If only there was a set of instructions.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay, on off. Thought I'd broken it. Cool. KITT, auto cruise. No, that's off. That's better. Okay, so you've got normal, auto, and pursuit on the back. But I think it should be possible to do Bluetooth connect. Did you just get that up?
I did.
That's pretty cool. Maybe if I ever get a Trans Am, a Pontiac Firebird or a Pontiac Trans Am, maybe this can go in it, and then I can have KITT from the app in front of me.
That would be convenient.
But one thing we do have is this sound file. That is Mr. William Daniels, the voice of KITT himself, saying hello to yours truly. And I... Sorry, I was overcome with emotion and killed KITT. That is wonderful. Wow. I'm a lucky boy.
You are a lucky boy.
We'll turn KITT off. Bye-bye, KITT. Sad. And get on with unboxing number 2. So I recently did a refurb of my Amiga 1200, which you can see here. So when I did this, none of the new cases for the Amiga 1200 were actually available. But I therefore, when they did come available, quickly put an order in. And also pleaded with my friends at a1200.net and Retro Passion. I can't remember which one I paid for and which one was kindly sent for free, but it's the same product from the same manufacturer. There's an invoice, I actually paid for that one. Retro Passion, thank you for sending this in after I put my credit card number in. And a1200.net, thank you for making these. Would you like to undress it? Undress your Amiga. Wow.
That is nice.
Yeah. So,
Oh, wow.
throw this away. What a lovely bag. No. That's got all different attachments for certain peripherals. Floppy drive eject button. Ooh. And here's the case.
Just in case.
What's in here? Oh. When you order something and you forget what you've ordered. I also ordered this accelerator because I am planning a full Amiga 1200 refurb. Because I have still got the motherboard that came out of that one.
And the fatherboard.
Even though it's faulty.
Faulty? What's wrong with him?
So this is a 1230, so it's a 68030 Motorola accelerated processor in there. And it comes with this new badge for the A1200 as well. Terrible Fire, which this is the ESCOM coloured one. So do you know who ESCOM were?
Is it another British thing?
ESCOM is who bought Commodore, bought the rights when Commodore went bankrupt.
Okay.
And for a little while they made the Amiga 1200, they continued making them.
Oh.
But it was in this white case.
How's it spelled? Like the letter S-com or E-S-C-O-M?
ESCOM.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll be having fun with this and refurbing the original keyboard that's going to go in there too. Big thanks to a1200.net and Retro Passion, because as we all know, Retro Passion stands for really entertaining toys, really, well, Oscar-worthy, one word. Perhaps also seriously sexy in other nations like England, which wasn't ESCOM. There you go, doesn't it?
Has to.
Let's clean up and we'll move on for a nice, delicious bowl. I don't know how you'd feel about a nice, delicious bowl of nostalgia flake.
Just one flake?
Yeah, because you'll see, this month I'm the flake. But before nostalgia flakes, how about a nice, delicious bowl of homebrews?
That sounds much better.
Yeah,
I'll take a pint.
I got the order mixed up. So we teased this at the beginning of the last month's episode. This is this little device that was playing Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill. Do you remember in chiptune
I do remember.
form? So this is the pocket operator, the PO128 and the PO133. There's a Mega Man version and a Street Fighter version.
Street Fighter all the way.
Is that what the one where the little guy pops up and says toasty?
Toasty!
Is that from there?
That was from Mortal Kombat.
Ah, yeah, close. So these songs are made by Lonely Bunker. Check these
How to
out.
record songs like this on the PO128 Part 1. First pick a pattern by holding the pattern button down and then pressing any number. You add a drum event by pressing the different number buttons like this. We know we want this to be a kick drum, so we turn that to drum number 1, and then we go ahead and add the kick drum to all the places we want it to be.
All the sounds are
like
from
this.
Mega Man, by the way.
And now we're going to start adding the snare. I use sound symbol number 2 for the snares in this song. Now add the rest of these too. Press play to hear your beat.
Has a little glide button as well, just there. What's the name of this band? I was trying to think. Weezer.
Weezer.
Yeah. And you haven't seen The Office India on Hulu, check it out. Hindi version. Fantastic.
It's only 2 seasons, but it's very good.
Babylon Keon's gone. That's the rap version. Can you sing along?
No.
What's the lyrics?
Oh, it's a different part. How far I'll go.
Thank you so much for sharing those, Lonely Bunker. I don't know if I'd have the patience to program those, but he seems to have learned the keys off by
He's
heart.
just beeble-bopping.
Which means that is all we've got time, because there was so much beeble-bopping.
Beeble-bop.
Apart from one more song from Lonely Bunker, with a different synth. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. That is, though, the end of Homebrews, which means it's time for that now famous upcoming Nostalgia Flake. And now you understand why I'm the Nostalgia Flake.
That's Kate Beckinsale.
So, this is quite funny. KITT, as we used to know her in school, so as you probably know, I went to school with Kate Beckinsale for 6-7 years. We shared a classroom back in London. And I was unboxing said storage stuff that I'd shipped from the UK. And I found this photo for the time that we visited Pinewood Studios as a school trip, which means, as you may be able to recognize, that is me right there. That's Kate Beckinsale. That's, of course, Mel Smith. That's, of course, he played the nice scientist that was chasing Elliot in E.T. See, we don't just throw this show together. I don't know who he is, but he looks famous.
He does.
And that is your very own Babby Fractic, Perry Fractic himself. So I sent her this, and she posted it, which I didn't expect, to her millions of followers. I got to it quite early when it only had 18,000 likes. But yeah, she said, in honor of National Unicorn Day, here's a photo of my Unicorn School class trip to Pinewood. And yes, it is really called Unicorn School. And I've had this exact same problem, because when I tell people I went to Unicorn School,
You sound insane.
they think I'm making it up, like it's an imaginary school.
I went to Hogwarts.
Did you?
No.
Oh, okay. I believed her. But it was by Kew Gardens, so still is. And each of the gates of Kew Gardens is a different animal. So there was the Unicorn Gate.
There's Lion Gate.
Lion Gate, and so on. But Unicorn School. So thank you, Katie, for posting that. Katie, if you see this and you want to come play with the BBC Micro Model B like we used to, sitting next to each other in class on the top floor of Unicorn School, maybe try a little basic programming. Anyway, either way, you're always welcome.
I'll make shandies.
And I'll make sarsaparilla. And that is it for Nostalgia Flakes, which means it's the end of our show. Or I should say, we've come to the tail end of our show. Yeah, that's how Junie Fractic likes to sit. She's sleeping now, and I don't even want to wake her up. She looks so peaceful.
Yeah, she always looks like that.
So we won't wake her, and if it's late where you are, you can also go to bed. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back very soon with another delicious retro recipe. In the meantime,
Subscribe and support below, and cheerio.
cheerio.
Okay, let's listen back to this.